Sup everyone, Darkscream217 here, and with me is a very special guest, RandomDCE.
I grow radishes in my toenails.
And today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite anime series of all time.
That is very surprising considering this is me we're talking about.
Exactly. The series we're talking about is Slayers, an old...
Not the rock band, not the rock band.
Yeah. That's Slayer with one S.
Ah, right, gotcha.
Let's see. Wow. I'm looking up the Wikipedia page to see the years, whatever.
I think it was 95, wasn't it?
I think that was the anime. The anime series was 1995, but before that, it was a series of graphic novels that were written by Hajime Kanzaka, and it was basically a D&D fantasy action comedy series. It started like in the early 90s. And then it got adapted to an anime series. There were 3 different seasons. There were like 2 sets of OVAs, 3 OVAs per set, 5 movies, and just recently, around 2008 or so, there were 2 new seasons, 13 episodes each. Slayers Revolution and Slayers Evolution R.
So is the next one going to be called Slayers Vivolution RE?
I don't know if they're going to make another season after that. I haven't seen Evolution R. I've seen Revolution, but I do want to see Evolution R, so I am going to pick that up sometime by the end of this year. But before we begin talking about the series, the characters, what we like, what we don't like, all that shit, let's start with some of the shocking questions. DCE, you really hate anime.
Guilty as charged.
You're pretty much the opposite of me when it comes to most opinions. But
yeah, sad but true.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Why is Slayer such a huge exception in your book?
Well, I think what I like about it is because it really ignores the common conventions of anime. I mean, you take like, for example, Gaori. It was like, we've seen characters like him before, you know, spiky long-haired kid with a sword, and they're badass and shit, but this guy's an idiot. And it really has like this, I'm not sure if this is the right term to say Monty Python, but it has this really weird slapstick to it. One example would be, there was this episode, they're trying to find like this sacred spell or something, and it turns out it's just a sun to make radishes grow.
Yeah, I know exactly what episode you're talking about. Slayers.
And they're being chased by a guy, I think they're being chased by this giant monster who's just like a weird mask with tiny little arms and feet.
Yeah, she was also being chased by a couple of I believe it was a couple bandits. They try to act like mobsters or whatever early in the episode, and they were also chased by these 2 Chinese women that looked like that looked like they were ripped out Rama one half.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think their names were Lily and I think it was Lily and Nene or something like that.
Not too stereotypical then.
Yeah, but some of the humor. It is silly, and sometimes they'll break the 4th wall. I remember at the end of the 1st season, when things were getting a little bit dramatic, Prince Villanelle shows up for no unexplained reason other than the fact that he heard that his daughter's in peril. And Zelgada says, we gotta make sure these episodes aren't too serious, or some shit like that. They were actually talking about the quality of the show.
I remember that one episode in Next, the last episode, when Martina shows up, and they say, why isn't she dead? Well, she is a comic relief for this series. And they go, I think you're giving too much away there.
Yeah, Martina, she only showed up in Slayer's Next. I never saw her return.
Thank God.
She was meant to be a 1-season character anyways. It was interesting to see Zangulis again. And
yeah, he was cool.
He was cool, but he married Martina. The hell?
Proving that most people have no proving that people don't really have much taste.
Yeah. What's really funny? I think we just explained all this, and most of the shit probably blew through the audience's head. Like, what?
I think the funniest one of all was in Next, with the Tower episode, and they have to wear those ridiculous costumes.
Mr. Zelga Bunny. God, that was such a weird episode.
That is actually funny in both languages. In Japanese and English, that is fucking hilarious.
Wow, you actually watched it in Japanese?
I saw the original episode. I downloaded the original episode off the internet and saw it that way. Then I saw the dub. It's like, hey, well, keep in mind I was about, God, how was I about? I was a lot younger when I first saw it, so.
Like how young? Like
I think it's all about maybe 16, 17.
Yeah.
So it was
The series was definitely around before I hit double digits when I was a kid, but I never got around to it. Well, this is how I grew up with it. I was at a friend's house because he had the best computer in town. Or he had the best computer by comparison to the other friends, internet connection and all. And he would download some AMVs off of this file sharing site called Kazaa.
Oh, and, good times.
Yeah, good times. And he would, back when back when AMVs, well, a good chunk of them had quality and they weren't clocked
Linkin
up.
Park and Naruto were non-existent. Crawling in my skin. Then I'm never gonna live that one down.
Anyways, he showed me some AMVs of Slayer's The Motion Picture with this character Lean or whatever, and then there was, I was looking at it. The song matched pretty well. I think he also showed me an AMV with Bare Naked Ladies one week. It was pretty interesting. I'm like, this looks pretty good. At the time, I really didn't care. I forgot what I cared about. I think I was still like focusing on Tenchi or whatever. But then as I began buying DVDs of anime around 2004, I bought like a couple Tenchi DVDs, and then I tried out Excel Saga. Only if you like cocaine and anime at the same time.
Ah,
yeah,
interesting.
It's a fucked up, bizarre series, and I don't know, the character, if you find Naruto annoying, Excel's gonna be 30 times annoying because she talks really, really fast.
Avoiding it already.
I don't know, I can't give you any option. I can't recommend shit to you. Anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, I was buying some DVDs. I had a plan to buy Chrono Crusade Volume 1 because I thought that was kind of funny, but then I had some extra money. And then I talked to my friend, okay, can you tell me more about this Slayer show, whatever? He's like, oh, it's a show about two sorcerers, Lena Inverse and Naga the Serpent. I said,
oh, God, not Naga.
I actually like her despite how annoying she is.
It was funny for me because, you tell your story and I'll tell mine.
Well, I decided to look up some anime image galleries or whatever off this website called animegalleries.net. Looked up some pictures. Some of them were really funny. Saved them off to a folder. Hopefully you get them printed out or whatever. And then the next day, his mom took us to the Best Buy or whatever, and that was back when Best Buy had a huge library of anime. Now everything sucks. And then I picked up Slayer's The Book of Spells and an individual copy of Slayer's The Motion Picture, as well as Chrono Crusade Volume 1. And I checked out the first OVA of Slayer's The Book of Spells, which is also known as Slayer Special. It was the episode where this crazy chimera cloning scientist or whatever wanted to use Lena's head for a big chimera.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
As a result, he tries to get it back from her, but he makes 10 clones of Naga. And by the way, hearing that laugh was very, very heart-sinking. Like, wow,
you get used to
that is horrible. That's such an evil laugh.
It kind of tops James from Team Rocket's laugh,
Honestly, I think a lot of laughs can top his. Nothing can top the Joker laugh, though.
Oh, God. Can you imagine Naga dressed up as the Joker?
That would be...
Why so serious? And you hear the stupid laugh. Oh, God. Someone has to do that now.
Nah, that's probably...
I want to see that. Lena and Naga the Serpent dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker.
Well, and then I saw, I didn't see the other two OVAs until later, but then I saw the motion picture. I thought, wow, this is actually pretty good. And then I saw the commentary track with the voice actors right afterwards. I'm like, wow, this is a really, really good series. And then I picked up from Suncoast's website back when we used to have a Suncoast. Now everything sucks. I picked up the DVD collection of the first season of Slayers, which is what I'm holding right now. It's all yellow. I ordered it online and then I picked it up. I was actually nervous at first because it was the movies and OVAs were licensed by ADV. The older stuff were licensed by Central Park Media. And, yeah.
And I kind of like ADV though.
Yeah, I like ADV too. Central Park Media, I had no idea who they were, and I was actually looking through this box, and it had they don't usually have, back then they didn't have like these TV ratings or whatever on DVDs. They would have some sort of, they would have their own system, and according to Slayers, it is suggested for, I'm not making this up, I'm reading it off of my box, it is suggested for ages 3 and up. I was worried because I thought I picked up a censored, bastardized version of the show. Then when I watched the first 3 episodes on DVD, I'm like, wow, they're spewing profanity, characters are being killed off, and there's no subtlety towards it. They're actually saying that the boss, the bandit boss, was being killed, whatever. But what bugs me is that the voices for Alina and Gary are so familiar. I'm like hearing Gary talking, and I'm like, where have I heard that before? Where have I? And then it slowly came together.
Oh no.
Eric Stewart, Brock from Pokemon. Oh god, this dub's gonna suck.
And it's like whenever I watch Sonic X now, I hear Amy speak, I just say, "Hi, Lena."
Yeah.
I still think game voice is better, but anyway.
Well, yeah, to be honest, the dubbing for Slayers sucked at first, but then it eventually got better and better, and there was also...
I still prefer Cynthia Martinez, to be honest, over Elise Ortiz.
Oh, you actually like Cynthia Martinez's portrayal?
Yeah, I just feel she's much better.
I actually like her. Well, she was the first voice actress I heard, but she actually does emote the right emotions and stuff.
She's like a more psychotic Lily Livers.
That is true. I think they're both from Hispanic descent. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Oops. Lord, I apologize for being a douchebag.
Apologies to Hispanics everywhere.
And then I picked up seasons 2 and 3. However, what Amazon.com did not tell me, and I think Amazon.com should look into this if they're not already, that they apparently let people with pirated DVDs sell on their fucking website. So I didn't mean to, but I got pirated copies of seasons 2 and 3. I might actually, I feel bad about that, so I might actually, Funimation relicensed the whole series, or at least the TV series. I don't know about the OVAs or whatever. They're still in limbo. And they're selling like the whole entire TV series for like $55 minus the other 2 recent shows, so I might pick that up.
Cool.